So you're not fighting, all the talk and all that stuff. It'd be a different show if I could do it again. But, I've learned a lot from it. And maybe if he comes up to 55, I can crack him there.
The previous clip is Dustin Poirier following his loss to Conor in 2014. How did Dustin go from being knocked out in 90 seconds to going on a historic run, topped off by achieving a knockout victory in redemption against Conor himself? His lack of an ego.
He executed it, and then I didn't, so he won tonight. Yeah, I'm going to grow from this, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to win. No doubt about it. Either I'm going to win or I'm going to die in the cage. One of the two is going to happen. I lost the fight to a fighter who was better. I didn't get caught or I didn't get knocked out by a punch I didn't see. He beat me, and I can respect that.
Now let's compare how Dustin reacts to a more recent loss in the biggest fight of his career at the time against Khabib.
I have no excuses, man. Khabib's a world champ. I prepared very well for 10 weeks. That's it. I lost.
Conor loses to the exact same opponent for the exact same championship belt, yet he refuses to accept defeat gracefully because of his ego. The ego is the view someone has of themselves, with a huge ego being synonymous with arrogance and an inflated sense of significance. Our egos have built-in defense mechanisms in order to protect our view of ourselves, with bigger egos needing more protection to sustain one's almighty view of themselves. Conor's defense mechanisms are rationalization, denial, projection, and regression. Rationalization is the process of creating a logical justification for something, or simply put, making excuses.
I was too committed in the gym and not committed enough outside of it. The training sessions were too serious. My foot was a balloon. And that was with a bad camp. That was with a half-committed camp.
Denial is a refusal to accept reality.
I am the champion. Do you know that the unified title was never crowned? The unified title was never crowned that time in October 2018. Post-fight ceremony was never took place. So, I still feel like I'm the champion here.
Do you think Khabib fights again?
I think he's afraid to fight me, that's for damn sure.
Do you think he retired because he didn't want to fight you? Is that what you are essentially saying?
Yes, I would say so.
Projection is the act of taking our own unwanted feelings and attributing them to someone else.
His own father, God rest his soul, said we need to get revenge against Conor for the brawl. That's his own father's words.
Сегодня я в прямом эфире пригласил и Конора.
Да.
Да, я сделал такое заявление, пригласил Конора в гости.
На самом деле его простили?
Да.
Do you really hate Khabib, or it's just like a business?
It is a heated rivalry. We must settle it. The war is far from over.
Regression is a mental movement back in time to when someone had something easier. Conor's old training partners included Dillon Danis, a multiple-time jiu-jitsu world champion, Artem, the greatest of all time, Gunnar Nelson, and various other high-level MMA professionals. He switches from those to Dylan Moran, an amateur boxer. Dylan Moran has a record of 15-1 in boxing. While that may seem impressive, a further look at his record shows you that of his 16 opponents, only 2 had winning records. Some noteworthy opponents' records: 2-26, 5-27, 5-33, and even 15-159. It can be theorized that Conor chose to regress and bring his level of training partners down in order to feel better about himself and his skill set after his confidence was truly shaken through his recent losses. Conor's ego refuses to accept the Khabib loss and has thus stagnated his growth. His ego defenses build walls around him, trying to confirm his image of himself instead of embracing the defeat and learning from it as he did in the past when he lost to Nate Diaz. Dustin's growth mindset is what has led him to exponential improvement and such high heights. His humility, lack of ego, and willingness to learn from his mistakes are what have separated him and Conor in the years since they fought, and why he was the victor in their rematch.